Mom and Dad, this beautiful white-haired woman is Violet. She is my wife. And this black-haired woman is her personal maid. Ha! Victor didn't know how to explain his changes to his mom. He had grown 5 cm taller and his skin had become paler. What's more, Victor was now a vampire. Violet was having a great time and she seemed to be curious about everything. Violet's family, the Snow Clan, had a bloodline that enabled vampires to walk in the sun. Ugh, Lady Violet. You are buying too many things. I wonder if there is any man who can help me. I'm glad you're getting along with Kaguya, but don't get too close, okay? Yes, don't worry, Lady Violet. I take my job very seriously. Darling, why don't you charm your mother? You don't need to do a very difficult one, just something like, ignore the changes in my appearance. Victor thought that cheating would give you a bad taste to charm his family. The police were chasing a truck. Victor focused his vision on the truck and realized there were 20 vampires inside. 20 vampires, huh? I think those are Lucy's subordinates. He's getting a lot of attention. If he's not killed by the Inquisition, he'll die by the claws of noble vampires. Kaguya, why are the nobles going to kill Lucy? It's because he broke the rules. Rule number 4 of being a vampire: never reveal that you are a vampire to humans. Mom, I'm home. Victor. Strange. I feel that you are my son, but at the same time, I feel that you have changed too much to be my son. Victor and his mother had a quick chat about something only they knew. It's puberty, Mom. Victor uttered the excuse that every man tells his mother at least once in his life. Holy shit. You popped your cherry, and because of it you grew. Kaya. Wait a moment. I'll call your father. Victor's mom called Victor's dad down to see the 2 beautiful women her son had brought home. Violet, this is my dad Leon Walker, and this is my mom Anna Walker. Nice to meet you. Mom and Dad, this beautiful white-haired woman is Violet. She is my wife. And this black-haired woman is her personal maid. Ha! So, did you or didn't you? Father, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, we did. Victor wanted Violet to keep the fact that they were all vampires a secret, and maybe it was only temporary. Heroes in hero comics always have this attitude of hiding, and in the end, someone important to the hero dies. Immortality was something everyone wanted, and Victor thought his parents were no exception. So, you're saying you've been in contact with Violet for several years and, just recently, you guys met and started dating? Wrong, we became husband and wife. Victor made up a story that he and Violet met online, knew each other for 3 years, and fell in love at first sight. So, did you or didn't you? Father, you know what I'm talking about. Penetration of the sacred cave, drowning the goose, letting the dragon drink the divine nectar, double cultivation. Stop embarrassing our son. What if he loses his wife over this? Do not screw it up. And, did you or didn't you? Yes, we did. Victor understood that Violet was confusing bloodsucking with sexual behavior. We'll be back soon, take care, and don't do anything your dad and I wouldn't. Victor assured Violet that he and she would work together to maintain their relationship, but then Violet remembered that ritual. I should have stopped those 2 bitches from being close to the ritual. Victor did not remember it well, but he knew something he was supposed to do. Don't worry, Violet. Were there 2 other people at the site of the ceremony? Victor had heard another voice vaguely, but not clearly. Victor decided to earn money by robbing thieves, but before that, he needed to prepare these things. The RH null blood. The blood that gave Victor so much trouble would benefit him in the future. Life is ironic. People looked with disbelief at the sexy but also somewhat familiar man. Victor, who was about to head to class, heard someone mention basketball, which brought back memories. Victor used to not be able to play basketball because of his illness, but he's a strong vampire now. As he walked into the court, Victor smelled something strange. In Victor's red vision, Victor's vampire ability, he saw a vampire on the basketball court. The vampire was the captain of the basketball team and the person Victor hated the most. One-on-one, whoever scores 7 points wins. Okay, let's play. In the past, Victor's illness prevented him from exercising vigorously. The doctor said Victor could do some light exercise, and Victor wanted to play some basketball. This is pathetic. Why is a loser like you striving for something useless? You should just stay in a hospital bed. Classic American. Bullying. Punk, useless person. Mommy shouldn't have had you. Someone was rooting for Luan. but Victor didn't know who. Because of his health, Victor gave up. Revenge to bide his time. Luan, now a vampire, had also been weak and sickly, but he was suddenly well. The support behind him was most likely a noble vampire. Now things were different. Combining sight with vampire senses was simple enough for Victor. Hey, Juan, did you miss me? 379 days. It's been 379 days since the moment you decided I was a good punching bag. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, punch for punch, and now it would be something like blood for blood. You had fun, right? Treating me like crap, hitting me, saying I was useless, bad-mouthing my mom. It was fun, right? But I ask you, now what? Juan tried to stand but failed miserably under the pressure of Victor. Let's settle this the old-fashioned way. One-on-one, whoever scores 7 points wins and each basket scores 1 point. The player has 2 points more than the opponent is the winner, otherwise is a tie. Okay, let's play. Heh, yes, that's how it's supposed to be. He has to act, it can't break that easily. I won't be satisfied otherwise. Apparently, the captain of the basketball team was going one-on-one with an aspiring basketball player. Ruby realized that the cracks in the basketball court were caused by the two vampires who were going 1v1. Miss Ruby, it's a surprise to see you here. Whose newborn is this? He is the husband of the princess of the Snow Clan. Corneliu, I hope you punish your subordinate after this event. You know we don't like attention. Corneliu liked Violet, and after he learned that Violet's husband turned out to be a newborn. Yes, of course, he will definitely be punished. Ruby realized Victor was looking into the bleachers, so she hit again. Ruby wanted to tip Victor off to the dangers of Corneliu, but she didn't know how to go about it. Hey, Victor, I'm your wife, good morning. This is so embarrassing, Ruby thought. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, blood for blood. This was Victor's revenge. Victor sensed something calling to him from the bleachers. What are you doing, Lady Ruby? I am just picking up something that fell. Victor didn't notice anything from the bleachers. He was focused on his past and present opponent. Ruby blushed as usual, but in her thoughts, she thought about why did I hide? Why did I hide? You fool, don't use your gifts. Tell that to yourself. Victor got his chance and he threw the ball in his favor. Victor tried to trick his opponent with a fake move. Suddenly Victor brought the ball to Juan and threw it to the ground. My God, did he fake out the team captain? Wow, I can't believe he fell for such a simple trick. Juan's expression twisted as he saw Victor win a point. He's not using his gifts. If he used, the basketball and everything else would be destroyed. All newborn vampires can do that. He's no big deal. Oh, can you tell me which newborn vampires can do this? I'm curious. Luan questioned Victor if Victor had used his vampire powers. And of course, he hadn't. Luan grabbed the basketball and he tried to run toward Victor's basket, but was stopped by Victor. Annoyed by Luan's inability to get past Victor's blockade, Luan pushed Victor with her vampire strength. The crowd was discussing the strange sound of a bone breaking, and it was clear that it wasn't Victor who broke the bone. Luan decided to take a risk. If the ball went in the basket, Victor was out of luck, but if Luan missed, he was ready for the rebound. The ball had hit the hoop. Luan missed. Luan realized what Victor was going to do, but he didn't manage to stop it. A split second after throwing the basketball, Victor started running. The ball hit the panel above the basketball hoop and bounced. Victor caught the ball in the air. Victor, dunk again. You've been using your powers from the start. The blonde man in the bleachers was Luan's vampire master. The man gestured to Luan. Looks like the dog found its owner. And, what will you do? I give up. Ruby realized Victor was looking into the bleachers, so she hit again. Ruby wanted to tip Victor off to the dangers of Corneliu, but she didn't know how to go about it, and she even had a bit of a nervous breakdown. Hey, Victor, I'm your wife. Good morning. This is so embarrassing preamble, Ruby thought. Let's have fun, darling. Victor was waiting for a vampire who might seek him out for revenge, and the lack of sunlight suited the vampire. Realizing that no one was coming and there were no vampires nearby, Victor returned home. You fool! What were you thinking showing O in the middle of the entire university? Luan might act like a king in college, but he knew that he was nothing more than a slave to the vampire who had given him the gift. You have nothing to say. I'll save your punishment for later, but first, we must kill that newborn. As a vampire, Luan, however, had not killed anyone. He lived on his master's blood. Corneliu won't let go of Victor, the one who stole Violet from the vampire world. Victor's residence had an unusual basement in it, like an underground base in a movie. Is it okay to make a basement this size here at home? Yes, why not? Victor was a little worried about the house collapsing, but Violet said not to worry. Victor felt someone approaching, and with his vampire vision, he saw that it was a woman with a blue glow in her heart. Violet introduced June and Victor to each other. "Can you stop looking at me with those red eyes? I'm feeling a little threatened." Victor apologized to June. "Lady Violet, I did my job and I want my payment. You can deposit it in my account with the same amount as always." Violet was quick to pay, though Victor didn't expect it to be as much as $1 million. White ceramic grew on the floor and bricks were created. It was magic, and to Victor's knowledge, only a witch could do it. If you have an order that cannot be legally placed, you can ask June, she will charge dearly, but since you are my husband, she will give a discount, right? Violet seemed to have a long history with this witch. "Why did you create this basement dash never mind?" Victor suddenly thought of Violet's mansion and her servants. "I need a fake ID, a fake bank account, preferably a tax haven bank account. I also need a fake SSN, can you arrange that for me? Which fake name do you want?" Name James Bond cough, James Smith. Victor felt Violet's breathing a little unsteady, ready to pounce on him. Victor and June talked for a while, but it was really only a little while. "Leave, cough, I remembered that I had to feed my cat in Hawaii. Take care, Lord Husband, soon I will be back to collect money for my services, see ya." June disappeared. Victor suddenly felt an explosion of bloodlust from Violet. "Let's have fun, darling."